Hi, this is Peter Churchill from the Washington DC Nonprofit User Group. In a previous video we talked about using custom report types to enable us to produce accounts with or without opportunities. But a second use for custom report types is the ability to enhance the user experience by removing fields they don't need to see in the list of fields and adding fields they would like from related objects. So, for instance, if we click Customize on this report, we use the custom report type. We have a bunch of fields here that we don't need because we're only showing certain fields on here, and the user would never need to query. But we have the primary campaign source over here, the campaign name. But we'd also like to include the start and end date of that campaign, but that isn't available to us as a standard report. Well, using custom report types, we can solve both of those issues. So over here in the custom report type we created earlier, the accounts with or without opportunities, at the bottom of the screen we can hit Edit Layout. So we'll click Edit Layout, and we can see at the top of this report is the fields that we've been using, but the remainder of the fields we're going to decide at this point we no longer require. So we can take those fields and we can drag them away from the screen. The same for the opportunity. We can decide that the user isn't using these fields, and so we could just make it simpler for the user to see just the fields that they're wanting to use on their day-to-day reports. So again, we can just drag these fields away. Let's try that again. And we can take these final 4 fields away. Finally, we can also add back additional fields using the lookup function. So we can add fields in here via lookup. So this link here allows us to say from the primary campaign source, which is the campaign lookup field, we can choose active, campaign ID, the campaign name, the end date, and we could also choose the start date. We can click OK. We could also put them in a new campaign info section if we choose. We click New Section. We choose Campaign Info, put them in here. We can take these fields and we can place them in our Campaign Info section. So now when we hit Save, we can go back to our report. When we hit Customize this time, notice that on the left hand side we have far fewer fields to choose from in the account and opportunity based on what we left behind, but we can also now choose the start date and we can choose the end date. Now when we run our report, we're able to look down that report and see the information we want along with the other information around the campaign source, the campaign start and campaign end date. We can then still come in and do customize, and we could still format for where on all the different fields. We can add filters, and we can choose account name equals report. We hit OK. We run that report. Oh, sorry, and then we realize we should be doing starts with. We can hit OK again. Now when we run the report, we can see the information we had at the previous report, still filtering the same way we were filtering, but now we include the start date, the end date, and the campaign name, which we would not get on a standard report.